86.6% of the world's leading astrobiologists now believe alien life almost certainly exists somewhere in the universe. More than half are convinced intelligent life is out there too. These aren't tinfoil-hat theorists, these are the experts. What changed their minds in 2025? Let's find out. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. There's nothing special about us. The Copernican principle suggests that Earth isn't unique in the universe. We're not the center of creation, not the crown jewel, just one planet among many. But if we're not special and life emerged on Earth, why couldn't it happen somewhere else? Let's look at the numbers. Our galaxy contains between 100 and 400 billion stars. We've already confirmed around 4,000 planets orbiting other stars, and that's just in the Milky Way. Now here's the thing, the Milky Way is only 1/1,000,000th of the observable universe.
In the entire universe, there are roughly 106 trillion stars. That's a 1 with 23 zeros. Try to wrap your head around that number. There aren't just more planets in the universe than grains of sand on Earth. There are 13.33 billion times more. With odds like that, the existence of at least one planet with intelligent life seems almost inevitable. Mike Garrett, professor of astrophysics at the University of Manchester, says, "We now know that most stars have a planetary system. That means there are loads of places where life can arise. Besides, simple life arose so quickly on Earth. To me, that's a key sign that it must be happening elsewhere." But it's not just about the number of planets, it's about what they're made of.
The basic ingredients for life are everywhere. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Everything living things on Earth are made of has been detected on comets, asteroids, and distant worlds. Water has been found on many planets too. Take the planet KOI 5715.01, for example. It's about 3,000 light-years away from us. The name isn't very catchy, but this planet is one of the most Earth-like we've found so far. Similar size, habitable temperature range, and signs of water. A prime candidate in the search for alien life. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Life is far more resilient than we ever thought. Giant tube worms live in complete darkness at the bottom of the ocean, around hydrothermal vents spewing water at temperatures up to 350 degrees Celsius. Boiling water, crushing pressure, no sunlight, and they thrive there in vast colonies. Or consider the bacterium Deinococcus radiodurans. The name roughly translates to terrible radiation-surviving berry. It can withstand radiation thousands of times stronger than what would kill a human. It's been found in radioactive waste and even in open space on the International Space Station. Then there are tardigrades, tiny eight-legged creatures less than a millimeter long. They can survive extreme cold, heat, radiation, and even the vacuum of space. Douglas Vakoch, founder of METI, an organization researching communication with alien life, explains, "When Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago, its surface was hellishly hot. Flowing oceans of magma covered the Earth, creating an inhospitable environment for life. And yet, life arose as soon as the terrain cooled. Once life arose on Earth, it spread everywhere. The same evolutionary principles that allow life to adapt on Earth should operate throughout the universe, creating exotic alien life forms unlike anything we can imagine." Okay, let's say they exist, but how do we find them? The scale of the task is insane. If you assigned every human on Earth to search for aliens, each person would have to check 13,000 planets. But there's good news. Mike Garrett says, "We're in a much better position to discover it now than we were 5 years ago. Everything is going in the right direction for detection, especially for the detection of technosignatures, measurable evidence of past or present technology on a planet." Advancements in computing, digitization, and artificial intelligence mean that we are moving very rapidly towards alien detection because the technology improves so fast now. Douglas Vakach adds, "In the next 20 years, we'll have telescopes that can scan the atmospheres of planets as we search for signs of life. When the European Space Agency's Ariel mission launches in 2029 to study 1,000 exoplanets, we'll have much greater capabilities to discover life through the chemical byproducts that life inevitably gives off."
But here's the question that's haunted scientists for 75 years. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked his colleagues a simple question over lunch. Where are they? If intelligent life is common in the galaxy, then Earth should already have been visited many times over. But where is everyone? This is called the Fermi paradox. And it's the exact same question we asked when we checked 3i-Atlas for technosignatures in our previous videos. The answer might be simpler than it seems. Jason Wright, professor of astronomy and astrophysics at Pennsylvania State University, explains, life on Earth, especially the rise of macroscopic complex life, required a series of extremely unlikely coincidences regarding the composition and nature of Earth and its surface. After all of that, Earth then required a series of extremely unlikely evolutionary innovations to occur. Those odds are already pretty small, but then you throw in the fact that the nearest aliens could be very far away. In other words, even if life exists, we might simply never find it.
Humans have been around for about 200,000 years. That's 0.00002% of the entire history of the universe. We're a blink of an eye. Other civilizations could have risen and fallen billions of years ago, or they're just emerging right now. To detect each other, too many things need to align at the same time. Douglas Vakach says, science is inherently skeptical. We want proof, and so far there's no direct proof of life beyond Earth. But a few decades ago, the same was true for planets orbiting other stars. We thought they might exist, but we couldn't see them. That changed in the 1990s, when the first exoplanets were confirmed. Today, astronomers have discovered thousands, proving that other worlds are not only possible, but abundant. To find them, astronomers first had to believe they were out there. Then they did the hard work of uncovering them. For many researchers, alien life is at the same stage exoplanets once were, strongly suspected but still unseen. The tools to detect it are improving, but the breakthrough could take decades or longer. But who knows? Maybe somewhere billions of light years away on an incredibly distant planet, an intelligent life form is sitting and contemplating the same question. Are we alone in the universe? The answer might be closer than we think. If you enjoy these kinds of topics, from the wall demon on Europa to the SETI search on interstellar objects, hit like and subscribe. In the comments, let me know, do you believe we're not alone? See you in the next cosmic mystery.